Hi, I'm David H.B. Drake, here singing for the Wild Hog in the Woods Coffee House of Madison, Wisconsin. I'm joining you tonight, Friday, October 2nd, from Milwaukee. Wish I could be in Madison, but that's not the way the world works right now. So it's October, and I'd like to do some songs from my October Country CD and some other things about autumn and about the passing of time and about memories, mine and hopefully some of yours as well. So I'd like to start out with a song by Charlie Maguire of Minnesota called Fall is Here. When the cows no longer care to stand out in the pasture far or near, but stand close in the last warm sun around the place, I'll know that fall is here. And when the corn goes into dent across the fields like old men do up here, we pick it and store it away around the place, I'll know that fall is here. When the limbs of the apple and the pear lean down their branches, oh so near, and the children come a-gathering around the place, I'll know that fall is here. And when the hunter comes to call, seeking the pheasant and the deer, with their dogs in front to point the way around the place, I'll know that fall is here. And when the hay is in the barn, stacked up in bales, tier on tier, smelling like a summer come and gone around the place, I'll know that fall is here. All around the place, I'll know that fall is here. When the night comes early and mornings are clear, over fallow fields I worked this year. Around the place, I'll know that fall is here. Well, picture yourself on the banks of the North Flambeau River up near Ladysmith, Wisconsin, on a perfect October day. Deep blue sky, leaves are all different colors and falling on the water. October country glistens gold, the last warm sun is growing cold. It touches lives now feeling old with one last glowing day. Across the forest leaves are tossed, in winter wind the summer's lost, with morning silver lined in frost as the seasons roll away. October country waits for you, with trees of red and skies of blue. We walk alone, the hours are few, till the autumn of our days. Let's take this chance to let time slow, till the chilling north winds blow. Learn to let each other know our love will last always. A pumpkin's ripening on the vine, soon his smile will glow like mine, with harvest feast and vintage wine, the bounty of the year. Of all good times, these are the best, when summer's work is laid to rest. We're safe within our homespun nest, with friends that we hold dear. October country waits for you, with trees of red and skies of blue. We walk alone, the hours are few, till the autumn of our days. Let's take this chance to let time slow, till the chilling north winds blow. Learn to let each other know our love will last always. A fire is crackling in the stove. We'll warm ourselves with a treasure trove of memories where our lives have woven tapestries of time. So let the winter's cold breath come. We'll let the warmth of two be one. Sit close in the dying sun with your life held in mine. October country waits for you, with trees of red and skies of blue. We walk alone, the hours are few, till the autumn of our days. Let's take this chance to let time slow, till the chilling north winds blow. Learn to let each other know our love will last always. October country glistens gold. The last warm sun is growing cold. It touches lives now feeling old, with one last glowing day. Well, when I was a kid back in Hales Corners, Wisconsin, on Labor Day, we used to have the St. Martin's Fair, and they'd shut down Highway 100, and we'd have basically what amounted to a flea market lining both sides of the street all the way through Hales Corners. And when I was quite young, they would have a dance in the evening, which reminded me of a song by Michael Ho and David Tomulevich, Mustard's Retreat, that I believe they wrote in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, about having a community dance, which is a fine thing to do in autumn. There's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Honey, won't you come along with me? The folks can watch the kids. We can dance the way we did back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. The cotton dress you'd wear matched the flowers in your hair. There's a magic in the night with the moon shining so bright. Honey, won't you come along with me? Down the floor and back again, long-time lovers, best of friends, through the changes and the years we have remained. What was spark is now aglow, waiting only breath to blow the embers of our love into a flame. Summer winds into the fall, bringing stories to recall. Apple wine and summer winds and the company of friends. Oh, the music sounds so sweet, lifts the years from off our feet, with memories that we'll never see again. There's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Honey, won't you come along with me? slippers, those golden slippers I'm gonna wear, because they look so neat. Oh, those golden slippers, oh, those golden slippers, those golden slippers I'm gonna wear to walk the golden street. There's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Honey, won't you come along with me? Well, on a chilly winter evening or autumn evening, it's rather nice to hunker down, maybe with a good book of poetry. And when I was a kid, my mom used to read us poetry. Might be one of the reasons I became a songwriter. She was published in Best American Poets of 1949, Dolores Drake. Anyhow, one of the poets my mom would read was Carl Sandburg, who is sort of the poet laureate of the Midwest. So I was very honored years and years later to be invited to perform at the Carl Sandburg Festival in Galesburg, Illinois. And I figured, oh my God, if I'm going to be performing at the Sandburg Festival, I better reread some of his stuff. And while I was doing that, a song popped out. Carl Sandburg, take my hand, lead me through this Lincoln land. Your words have helped me understand this country that we roam. With your song bag on your back, we'll walk along this railroad track. My poet of the prairie, sing me home. Now your footsteps start in Galesburg town, where rutabaga fields are found. On fertile soil you heard the sound of wind that blows the hay. Deep in your eyes I see a trace of travelers from another place. Your rugged pioneering face that echoes bygone days. Now the whistle of a passing train called in the night, then called again, till wanderlust so filled your brain, you bummed a westbound freight. Went off to see the mountains high, the ocean shore, the moonlit sky, cities of broad-shouldered steel, our people and our state. So Carl Sandburg, take my hand, lead me through this Lincoln land. Your words have helped me understand this country that we roam. With your song bag on your back, we'll walk along this railroad track. My poet of the prairie, sing me home. Well, Carl Sandburg wrote, I was born on the prairie, and the milk of its sweet, the red of its clover, the eyes of its women gave me a song and a slogan. Here the icebergs came down, the gaps and valleys hissed with gravel, and the black loam came, and the yellow sandy loam. Here between the sheds of the Rocky Mountains and the Appalachians, here now a morning star fixes a fire sign over timber claims and cow pastures, the corn belt, the cotton belt. Here the gray geese go 500 miles and back, with a wind under their wings, honking a cry for a new home. Here I will crave nothing more than one more sunrise, or a sky moon of fire, doubled to a river moon of water. The prairie sings to me in the forenoon, and I know in the night I rest easy, in prairie arms, on the prairie heart. You heard the songs of Northwood's men, caught their voices with your pen, stories of the unions then, and workers on the line. A black man's blues, a baby's laugh, all home beneath the wordsmith's craft, from manuscript and working draft, the treasures of your mind. It's early moon, Remembrance Rock, the people, yes, still hear you talk of prairie years where Lincoln walked, you made them all seem real. You harvest boy and windsong man, I hear your storm over the land, from corn huskers to harvest homes, that ring of smoke and steel. So Carl Sandburg, take my hand, lead me through this Lincoln land. Your words have helped me understand this country that we roam. With your song bag on your back, we'll walk along this railroad track. My poet of the prairie, sing me home. And it's Good Morning America, how are you? My poet of the prairie, sing me home. Well, I remember one year when I was going to the Carl Sandburg Festival, driving across the flatlands of Illinois. We had one heck of a storm, and I was literally dancing between the tornadoes. Seems like we've had a lot of really violent weather of late. Down in Florida, they're having hurricanes and floods. Go out to California, and things are on fire. Well, here in Wisconsin, fortunately, we're not having big fires, we're not having floods, have the occasional, blizzard, but we're kind of used to that. But what you do have to watch out for around here are tornadoes. That's when Mother Nature really is getting kind of mad at us. So this is a song I wrote while dodging the tornadoes in Illinois about a Prairie Twister. Dark clouds piling up against the sky, blotting out the setting sun, 50,000 feet high. Sweet Jesus, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, even if I tried looking down the barrel of a Prairie Twister. Cold rain, the leading front is dropping ice about the size of golf ball hail, tapping on the roof, denting in the tin, coming down as hard as nails. Wind is crying like a hungry lion, coming after me in a Prairie Twister. Creek bed in a rocky draw, an hour ago it was dry as a bone. Flash flood in a torrent wall, get out of there, you'll never make it home. Never make it home. Funnel clouds sniffing all around the ground, like the trunk of a mad elephant. Looks like the roar of every decent you ever dreamed when you were drunk. Clouds stampeding in the lead of the black parade is a Prairie Twister. Bright flash branches of electric trees grow from bricks up in the sky. Wild wind tears and I swear it looks like the 4th of July. Wrath the King calls out your name and all hell breaks loose in a Prairie Twister. Damn land has tried to kill this man with sun and snow and fire and drought. This time it sent a Pharaoh's curse of whirling winds to drive you out. Gonna drive you out. The sorcerer's apprentice has gone mad, and the wolf is at your door. When the wind comes rolling in, Toto, this ain't Kansas anymore. There's no relief, you've come to grief, caught in the teeth of a Prairie Twister. Cry out, the inside of my mouth is the only thing that's dry. Chicken little, you were right. This is the night of the falling sky, and I can't tell heaven from hell with the devil's tale of the Prairie Twister. Then come, the storm has come and gone, like a freight train in the night. Crickets sing, glad to bring the peaceful news. It's all right, stars come alive, saying you've survived this angry night of a Prairie Twister. Well, it seems like weather is always a problem for farmers. If there's not enough rain, you got a drought. If there's too much rain, you got a flood. Oh, you know, it's either too warm, too cold, too windy, too something. I remember back in had to be the mid 1980s, I saw a picture of a farmer from Darlington, Wisconsin, kneeling in his field with the ground flowing through his fingers, and the caption on the picture was "dried out." Now this is interesting because I was rehabbing a house on the edge of the Menominee Valley many years ago. It was an 1890s house, and I was tearing the walls out, and I found in the wall this magazine. It's called Solidaritat. I'm guessing it was a union magazine or something like that from 1923. And in this magazine is a poem called Dried Out. And it's by a lady named Gwendolyn Haste. So I took the poem that I found in the magazine and I put it to music. And then I combined it with a song that I wrote about the drought in Darlington. This place is the first home we ever had. I was sick of farming for other folks. First in Dakota, then in Wisconsin. Oh, it looked so pretty when he broke sod that day. There were only 3 sides to the house, but what did I care? There was sunlight and wet rain, and a coulee full of springtime where the children could play. Oh God, the nice white ranch house with a floor we was to have, roses by the door. "7 full years," says the good book, "and 7 lean ones. We come in at the end of the full ones, I guess. There ain't no crop when there ain't no rain, and the stock line in the big blizzard. So now we're going, so now we're going back to Dakota to farm for other folks. Back to Dakota to farm for other folks. Oh God, the nice white ranch house with a floor we was to have, roses by the door. We was to have roses by the door. Have it rain on baseball games and picnics is a crime. Say a prayer for the farmer's field if it doesn't rain on time. But children say rain, go away, they're far too young to know. A rainy day's the price you pay to make the prairie grow. Shade your eyes from the blazing sun, what you gonna do if the rain don't come? The price of feed is rising fast, the seed lows down the drain. It's getting late, we watch and wait, but it doesn't look like rain. The sun set red this evening, there's no ring around the moon. The signs all say the drought will stay, no hope of changing soon. Shade your eyes from the blazing sun, what you gonna do if the rain don't come? My fields are lying fallow and the creek is cracking mud. This barren stage brings helpless rage and a boiling to my blood. I've slaughtered off my cattle now, there's nothing left to feed. Wonder how when the winter comes to fill my children's need. Shade your eyes from the blazing sun, what you gonna do if the rain don't come? I can see the shimmer of the heat rising from the land. Watch this dusty soil flow and trickle through my hands. My corn is turned to powder, my wheat is turned to straw. This ain't the bounty harvest that the USDA saw. Shade your eyes from the blazing sun, what you gonna do if the rain don't come? For 100 years this farm has fed, has borne our young and held our dead. 100 years our roots run deep to work the land and earn our keep. Still the children sing and play, rain come again some other day. But to the wind old timers say, the Dust Bowl started just this way. Shade your eyes from the blazing sun, what you gonna do if the rain don't come? Well, after a drought, time to go down to the river and wash off a little. This song was written on the Kickapoo River down in southwestern Wisconsin, probably one of the best canoeing rivers in the state of Wisconsin. And I've canoed many times, but in one particular time it was deep autumn, and the Kickapoo River has dells like the Wisconsin dells do, and a lot of beautiful foliage, but it's a piece of cake to canoe. So it's just a lovely, lovely journey. And of course, I've been told that time is like a river. you never stand in the same river twice. So this is a song about time. Autumn leaves drift to the water, gifts to a river, God's daughter, moving down, rolling slow, moving along with the flow. Babbling currents sing love songs, lost in the drift, rushing headlong. Rainbows arch in the spray, there's nowhere to go but one way. Time roll along, don't care if I don't understand. Time, you do no wrong, don't care if you're woman or man. Don't care if you worry or plan, just keep turning rocks into sand. We spend all our lives swimming upstream, follow the world's rich gold gleam, salmon slaves to what we own, crashing ourselves on the stones. River turns mountains to valleys, moving with time as its ally, and the path to our dreams will someday be smooth as a stream. Time roll along, don't care if I don't understand. Time, you do no wrong, don't care if you're woman or man. Don't care if you worry or plan, just keep turning rocks into sand. Years change the mirror's reflection, when downstream's the only direction. Through it all, we'll survive, it's all part of being alive. So find me a dark, quiet eddy, steer me about true and steady, and let time have her way. We've done enough work for today. Time roll along, don't care if I don't understand. Time, you do no wrong, don't care if you're woman or man. Don't care if you worry or plan, just keep turning rocks into sand. So find me a dark, quiet eddy, steer me about true and steady, and let time have her way. We've done enough work for today, and let time have her plan. Just keep turning rocks into sand. Well, for those of us who are sailors, it's getting to be that time that we take our mooring out of the lake and put the winter pole in. Now, if you're not a sailor, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I have a sailboat out on Lake Michigan, and it's on a mooring. And a mooring is like an anchor with a chain on it, but you don't haul it up. You leave it on the bottom of the lake, and you have a float on the top that you hook your boat to. Well, the problem with that is when winter comes along, your float is made of styrofoam or something very crushable by the ice. So you have to take the buoy off and put a winter pole, which is like a 7-foot cedar pole, on the mooring. And that act ends the sailing season and ends the summer for us sailors. There's a fair amount of nautical terminology in this, so you folks in Madison, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ask Tom Castle and he knows what all this stuff means. There's a skein of geese a-flying o'er the waters of the bay. It's a lonely farewell in their call I'm hearing, and the sun is dipping for the rim. It's earlier each day. Time to put the winter pole out on the mooring. I can hear the wind a-rattling in the forestay and the shrouds, and a fog is rising up, no sign of clearing. Swing her homeward to her cradle, where she'll sleep her days away. Time to put the winter pole out on the mooring. In October, we'll take one more sail to kiss the lake goodbye. Soon the cold November winds will come a-tearing. All the sailors start to batten down, stow their gear below. Time to put the winter pole out on the mooring. There's a harbor up the river that is shelter from the storm. There's a snug and silent berth where we are steering, where around the stove we'll spin our yarns and sing the dark away. Time to put the winter pole out on the mooring. Though the big lake seldom freezes o'er, soon ice will fill the docks. For 6 months we'll be landlocked till it's clearing, praying for the April winds to blow and melt the snow away, when we'll take the winter pole off of the mooring. There's a skein of geese a-flying o'er the waters of the bay. There's a lonely farewell in their call I'm hearing, and the sun is dipping for the rim. It's earlier each day. Time to put the winter pole out on the mooring. Well, one of the nice things about October and autumn is the harvest is coming in and we're getting all this wonderful food from the fields of Wisconsin. Uh, just had some corn on the cob tonight, which was just incredible. So this would be the time of year that we might get together with our neighbors and have a big old picnic or a potluck. We got potluck, friends are coming for potluck, homemade with care. Gimme potluck, dish us up some potluck, everybody share. We're gonna gather for a fine time evening. Dinner with neighbors always feels so good. Out on the back porch, off on a picnic. Homemade cooking is the finest food. We got potluck, friends are coming for potluck, homemade with care. Gimme potluck, dish us up some potluck, everybody share. Bring out the jello with the little marshmallows. Sloppy joes always taste like fun. Macaroni, cheese, and a 3-bean salad. 17 desserts when the dinner is done. We got potluck, friends are coming for potluck, homemade with care. Gimme potluck, dish us up some potluck, everybody share. Gather together for a prayer of thanksgiving. Tables laid heavy for a family feast. Pour me a coffee, please pass the sugar. I'll go back 4 seconds at least. We got potluck, friends are coming for potluck, homemade with care. Gimme potluck, dish us up some potluck, everybody share. Bring out the guitars, bring out the banjos, bring out the dulcimers, what a sight. We'll sit around in a great big circle and we'll sing songs till the next daylight. We got potluck, friends are coming for potluck, homemade with care. Gimme potluck, dish us up some potluck, everybody share. Well, singing about potluck brings back memories, and I know on a cold evening, we like to snuggle down under a big old patchwork quilt, and when I was a little kid, we used to do that too. I think just about everybody has had a patchwork quilt that's sewn full of memories. My friend Larry Penn, Milwaukee's, singer-songwriter laureate, wrote a song about his grandma's patchwork quilt, and it's always been one of my favorite anytime songs. So this one's a Larry Penn song. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too, on my grandma's patchwork quilt. It was a patchwork quilt so fine, just an art of her design. A piece of sister's dress next to grandpa's vest, on my grandma's patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too, on my grandma's patchwork quilt. I got a pillow for my head, and it wants to be my friend. Nothing keeps me warm in a big snowstorm like my grandma's patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and yellow too, on my grandma's patchwork quilt. The reason I like songs like this is they got a good message to them, and here comes the message. Around the world, people wait for a day when there's no hate. We treat each one like my grandma done on her crazy patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too, on my grandma's patchwork quilt. Now my grandma's gone to rest, and her quilt is all that's left. Her love, I swear, it's in every square of my grandma's patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too, on my grandma's patchwork quilt. And her love, I swear, it's in every square of my grandma's patchwork quilt. Well, I think it might have been Larry Penn that told me that it's in the Folk Singer Union's guidebook that you gotta sing at least one train song in every set. So here's the train song. It's called Singing Rails, and I used to live along the edge of the Menominee Valley in Milwaukee, and down in the bottom of the valley is the Milwaukee Road train yards, or at least used to be way back, we're talking 30 some years ago, at least. And if you stood outside at night on a frosty evening, when it gets really crisp and quiet, when they were changing the boxcars, it makes a particular sort of squeal, and it would go into a whole overtone series, and it almost sounded like, whales communicating. And I just thought, well, there's a song in that. So this one's for Larry. You could hear the roadbed singing if you sat out all alone by the lonely valley train yard near the place that I call home. On a crisp and quiet evening, winter white and freezing hard, to the tune the boxcars made as they rolled through the roundhouse yard. Those singing rails still echo from a time we loved the best. Set your feet itching for a freight train headed west. On the road the tires are humming, but they just can't hold a tune like those singing rails that came and went so soon. It makes me think of Woody and of Cisco Houston too. The times when Jimmy Rogers sang about his brakeman crew. Now the days of steam are over and the men have come and gone. They all hitched on one more boxcar and rode off into the dawn. But the singing rails still echo from a time we loved the best. Set your feet itching for a freight train headed west. On the road the tires are humming, but they just can't hold a tune like those singing rails that came and went so soon. Now somewhere old Casey Jones still shovels coal into the fire. The city of New Orleans headed south and then retired. There's no orange blossom special rolling high or standing tall. they've all faded like the smoke behind the Wabash cannonball. Those singing rails still echo from a time we loved the best. Sets your feet itching for a freight train headed west. On the road the tires are humming, but they just can't hold a tune, like those singing rails that came and went so soon. On the road the tires are humming, but they just can't hold a tune, like those singing rails that came and went so soon. Oh my, well, autumn is the time you think about the passage of, is the season you think about the passage of time, and oh my goodness, one of the things that really makes you think about time passing is when you have a high school reunion. Wow, I mean, my 50th high school reunion was 5 years ago, so I mean, that's a long time ago. For our 25th high school reunion, I wrote a song called the Homecoming Waltz for the class of Whitnall High School, Hales Corners, 1965. And I'm going to sing the version from 25 years ago, because when I did it at the 50th reunion and tried to change the words to gear it up to 50 years, in the second verse, it's like Jim is retired and Mary's retired and Jean has grandchildren and John is retired and Bill died. And anyhow, so I'm going to do the version I did for the 25-year Homecoming Waltz. And for all you that have high school reunions, it's good to see those old smiles. Imagine my thoughts when the letter came here. A high school reunion after 25 years. How they ever found me, I never will guess. They must have asked someone at my old address. Where the years went, I never will know. Was it really a quarter a century ago? The voices and hopes and the dreams sound the same as the time when we danced at the homecoming game. The school gym is draped with blue, white, and gold. There's faces of old friends and faces grown old. The shadows of classrooms and car hops with malts are memories whirled round in the homecoming waltz. Now Jim is a teacher, Mary's his wife, Jean had a baby, John's a bachelor for life. Bill still loves Pam, Kathy married Ray, and they're going to be grandparents one of these days. Where the years went, I never will know. Was it really a quarter a century ago? We tried to grow up just as fast as we could. Now we look back and dream of the place we once stood. The school gym is draped with blue, white, and gold. There's faces of old friends and faces grown old. The shadows of classrooms and car hops with malts are memories whirled round in the homecoming waltz. I never will know. Was it really a quarter a century ago, when all of us came from that same time and place? And it's so good to see that old smile on your face. The school gym is draped with blue, white, and gold. There's faces of old friends and faces grown old. The shadows of classrooms and car hops with malts are memories whirled round in the homecoming waltz. So we look back and we wonder why time never halts. It did for this moment in the homecoming waltz. Well, thank you very much for having me play for the Wild Hog in the Woods. Let me leave you with one more song, and this one, some folks this time of year suffer from SAD, whatever that is, seasonal something disorder. I'm one of them. So I write depressing songs in autumn, but this one was written on the autumnal equinox, and it's for all the old loves and old friends. One more song for you. Whoopsie. Perhaps it's just the rain that turns the sky to gray, or autumn leaves that tremble when the wind comes out to play. Once more as seasons turn, this old burning flickers through. The pen that moves across this page holds one more song for you. The pen that moves across this page holds one more song for you. So many years have passed since we sang the night away. Now harmonies drift on the wind that brings you here today. This faded warmth, both sweet and sad, old memories renew, where gathering shades of night seem to hold one more song for you. Gathering shades of night seem to hold one more song for you. From now on, every passing day will bring more dark than light, as winter holds us in its sway, turns to endless night. Our chosen paths diverge, where our own dreams will pursue. Still my heart hears echoes that hold one more song for you. Still my heart hears echoes that hold one more song for you. Bless all here. I'm David H.B. Drake, and I've been performing tonight for the Wild Hog in the Woods Coffee House of Madison, Wisconsin. There was some talk of possibly getting together on Zoom immediately following this concert. So if that's happening, then there's a link on the Wild Hog website that you can click into the meeting, and I'm going to run over to my computer and see if there's a link there and click in. So if anybody's got any questions, or what the heck was I doing, how did I play that chord, that kind of stuff, where'd that thing come from, I'd be more than glad to talk about it. If any of you still get plastic, I do have CDs on Amazon. Just put David H.B. Drake, you got to have that HB, David H.B. Drake in the search, and October Country and a bunch of other my original albums will come up. So thank you very much, and thank you, Wild Hog in the Woods, for sharing this evening with us. Thank you. Bye-bye.